Toma.
Yeah. What up? What up? How we looking, everybody? Yeah. Mike Manifestations in the house. Episode 27 going down today. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Toma.
Yeah. What up, everybody? Welcome to the podcast. I'm your host, Ben. What up? Welcome back to Mike Manifestations Podcast, guys, where we keep it real, raw, and sometimes downright crazy. But always with the intentions of growing and learning together. Today's topic is deep, guys. But anyways, guys, as we ring in the new year coming up, hope you all had a good ass year. Hope next year looks a lot better for you guys. How was your guys' weekend, though? I know mine was chill. I'm finally getting ready to go back to work and shit. Sucks. But anyways, yeah, I just got to go back for one day and stuff. So, and then it should be all legit. Should be all good to go. But yeah, anyways, guys. So we're gonna be diving into this crazy ass topic today. So today's topic is deep, guys. You know, some women, So as you see there, today's talking points, guys. We're going over why women choose the wrong man, the impact on the kids, why women allow disrespect, what loved ones can do to help, and just breaking the cycle, guys. You know, as far as trying to break that cycle, make everything life a lot better, anyways. But yeah, some women choose the wrong man, let them become father figures to their kids, and they allow chaos to unfold in their lives, disrespecting parents, kids, and even themselves sometimes, and we're adding another layer to this conversation, with drugs and alcohol playing these scenarios, what loved ones can do to help. So buckle up, guys. It's about to get real. But yeah, guys. So we had a listener, shout outs. We had a listener message in. So let's just jump right into it, So this is a message from Melissa in Dallas, Texas. And she writes, I have a cousin that recently got into another toxic relationship with this guy. And recently, I believe has gotten into drugs with this guy. He looks like he just got out of jail, and he disrespects our family members, especially her mom. She just up and leaves, without her kids, leaves them with their friends or family. And I see her heading in the wrong direction. What can we do? Man, that's crazy. It's a tough scenario, tough situation to be in, especially when you see them going down the wrong path. But let's jump into why women choose the wrong men. Sometimes they pick men who are clearly not good for them or their families. And trust me, it's not always as simple as she should know better. These are deep rooted reasons behind their choices. But when you throw drugs or alcohol in the mix, oh, it gets even crazier, bro. Gets hectic, gets crazy, gets chaotic, you know. So yeah, so we're gonna jump into it, the emotional void, theory. Let's revisit the emotional void theory. Some women are just carrying emotional scars, maybe from absent fathers, and we know there's a whole bunch of them out there, nowadays. But yeah, absent fathers, toxic exes, or even drama, drugs or alcohol, usually amplify these feelings, for women who are already vulnerable. A man with, addictive tendencies, might seem relatable because they're both struggling, but instead of healing together, it often becomes a toxic cycle of, enabling and destruction. It gets crazy. Um, a lot of it's, out there is just society's pressure, um, these society pressures, to be in a relationship. Imagine a woman feeling like she's, failing because she's single, and along comes this guy, who's charismatic and charming and everything, but maybe struggling with addiction. She might ignore the red flags because she's desperate to make it work, or whatever. And if she's drinking or using substances herself, it's even easier to miss those warning signs, because you're kind of meshing together, with that stuff going on, but it's crazy how quickly things, can spiral. It gets crazy, and it gets, that savory, complex. Addiction can really trigger that complex. A woman might think, if I love him enough, I can help him stop drinking or using drugs, pretty much trying to change somebody, which 9 times out of 10 is not going to work. You can't change somebody that doesn't want to be changed or isn't willing to make that change. And while love can be powerful, it's not a substitute for professional help. You're not a professional, you can't change them. But when someone's in that savior mindset, they believe they're the exception. They think they can handle it until it's too late. You're trying to save, like, what's that song? Say, Captain Save-A-Hole? You're not that, bro. But yeah. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna show a clip of a young woman that lost her life to senseless violence. Not sure exactly what their situation was. It was here in California, but things we have to look out for, especially when a parent is worried about their kids and they all seem to know it all. Us as parents have that instinct that something is not right. So check this video out and leave your comments down below on what you think about the situation, what you think about it in general. So check it out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and then we'll go on. All right, let's see here.
Just know that she was a talented, kind, and loving person.
A heartbreaking tragedy for an Asuza family just days before the holiday.
Yeah, it's crazy,
a 17-year-old cheerleader stabbed to death, her life suddenly taken in a vicious act of violence. I'm Michelle Fisher. The girl's ex-boyfriend now behind bars, and tonight we are hearing from the teen's grief-stricken family. They shared their story with Eyewitness News reporter Sophie Flay, who has more now on the plans to honor their loved one. Wow, Sophie.
Yeah, Michelle, that's right. It was really heartbreaking to hear Angelina Gonzalez's stepfather say that he told her to stay away from the ex-boyfriend numerous times. But he also said that Angelina had a really big heart and always saw the good in him. Now they're left to deal with this unimaginable loss.
Tonight, 17-year-old Angelina Gonzalez is being remembered by her brother and stepfather.
It's unreal, like, just the fact that, anyone could bring themselves to harm. Just such a sweet and loving, fun person.
The Asuza high school teen was found fatally stabbed at an ex-boyfriend's house Friday night. Her stepfather says the boy picked her up from a cheerleading banquet and brought her back to his house. A family member tracked her cell phone location. Robert Caraballo got in his car immediately.
When I got there was already crime scene tape up and forensics and all kinds of stuff. And I ran up to the officers like, hey, my daughter's in there. You know, my daughter's around here. I'm trying to find her. She's not home. And that's when they told me to sit to the side for a minute.
The devastating news shocked their family and friends. They say the teen had the biggest heart and always made it a point to look out for others.
Always bubbly, happy, funny personality, always cracking jokes.
The determined young woman had just joined the wrestling team and won her first match. But Angelina's passion often required pink pom-poms.
Practicing at home and wanting to be on the stunt team, and that was like her heart, cheerleading for a long time.
As the football season came to an end, she was looking forward to celebrating her 18th birthday on January 7th.
She was looking forward to that. She's amazing. I'm broken, not gonna lie to you, because the little bit of time that I had with her is, I'm lost for words.
According to the LA County Sheriff's Department Homicide Bureau, the 18-year-old ex-boyfriend was arrested shortly after the senseless stabbing. Angelina's family is now raising money for her funeral on GoFundMe.
Always let your family, anyone, know that you love them. Let them know you're proud of them.
The family is also raising money by hosting a car wash and bake sale on Saturday at the VFW in Asuza from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Just such a sad story, Michelle.
Really sad story. Just hard to even imagine what they're going through right now.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown.
Yeah, that's
Get
crazy,
more
man.
great ABC7 content.
Yeah, so let me know what you guys think in the comments. And like I said, I mean, she had a big heart and stuff, so she's just trying to see the best in everybody and stuff like that. But sometimes when you're in that situation or you're in a toxic relationship, it doesn't really matter, what you do or what you say. They can take over that relationship and they can just snap at any time. But yeah, let's continue, guys, with the episode. Let's talk about the kids, because they're the innocent ones in all of this. When you bring addiction into the household on top of choosing the wrong partner, it creates a storm that kids have no control over. They're just innocent little kids, and it's crazy the damage that can last a lifetime because of it. There's confusion, and mixed signals all up in the mix, it gets crazy. Kids are already trying to, make sense of the world pretty much itself, and then when addiction is involved, it creates even more confusion for them. Imagine a child seeing their mom, their mom's partner drinking or getting high, or they're acting erratic or crazy and stuff like that. They don't understand it. They don't know what's going on. They don't understand why this person is being praised as a father figure while they're also causing so much pain, and chaos in the family or in the relationship. It's mixed signals, on it's mixed signals on steroids. It's crazy, making your young mind, making their young minds, and then sometimes neglect and unstable environment, kicks in and stuff like that. Substance abuse, often leads to neglect, both emotional and physical. Like in that message, or in that Melissa's situation, her, I forgot who it was. I think she said her cousin, but yeah, her cousin just leaving their kids with the family members or friends or family and stuff like that. And you never know what can happen while they're in their hands. The wrong man might prioritize his addiction over the kids. And if the woman gets caught up in the chaos, she might unintentionally do the same. What's the result? Kids who feel abandoned, unsafe, and like they're walking on eggshells, in their own home. That's not a childhood. That's they go into like survival mode. They're just trying to survive their young lives and stuff like that too. But yeah, it has a long-term effect, on the kids as well, children in these situations, they often struggle with trust, relationships, and even addictions themselves, later on in life. They see all that stuff going on in their lives, and they, some of them, it just depends on the kid. Some of them have a strong mind, some of them, are easily influenced. They might turn to substance abuse to cope with, the trauma, they experience growing up. And it's a vicious, generational cycle of craziness, that needs to be broken. Yeah, it's crazy, and then just, once these women get into that addiction or that, that lifestyle, they allow disrespect, like I said, like Melissa said in her comment, her message, this guy disrespects their family and their friends and stuff like that, and it just, who knows, down the line, it might get crazy. It might get into, what happened to the 17-year-old girl here in Asuza. It's crazy, bro, but it's crazy to think, but it happens. So now with that, guys, let's dig into why some women allow men to disrespect them, their families and even their kids. When you have no respect for anybody, whether it's your the woman or the kids and stuff like that, and a lot of it is just, drugs or alcohol comes into the picture, and this issue gets even more complicated, but what is it with them, is it the fear of being alone or what, drugs and alcohol can, intensify the fear of being alone. If a woman is using substances herself, she might convince herself that, that the disrespect isn't a big deal. She might think, well, he's not perfect, or, neither am I, so it's like, that addiction creates like a bond, that makes it harder, for them to leave, for her to leave him, or for her to leave the relationship, and even though when things are toxic, it's a whole other level of crazy, it's just, codependency, it's huge in a relationship, where addiction is involved. Women might feel like it's her job to keep the relationship together, and figure it out and make it work, even if it means sacrificing her own self-respect or letting the man disrespect her family, her friends or kids, she's so focused on saving him as, she's losing herself in the process as well, She doesn't see that, she just sees that she's trying to change this guy or trying to, make him better, or, and then there's denial and the excuses set in, Substances can usually cloud someone's judgment big time, So yeah, so it just it clouds their judgment, A woman might downplay it, or excuse the man's disrespect because she's under the influence, or because, addiction has, it's pretty much numbed her to what's normal, For her, she might look at it and it's like, oh, well, like you said, he's not perfect, he's gonna have his downfalls and stuff like that, and it's her job to make it work and make it happen, She might think it's just the alcohol talking, or the drugs, or he's only like this when he's using, but disrespect is disrespect, no matter how you look at it, no matter what the reason is, if when they're sober, when they're high, when whatever it may be, it's disrespect either way you look at it, but then what can we do about it, so what a family, what family and friends do when they see someone they love, stuck in this kind of situation, is like, sometimes you just have your hands tied, let me tell you, it's not easy to watch, it's even harder to step in, but there's ways to help, without making things worse, sometimes it's just about offering just support, like I said in some of my previous episodes, not judging them, but it's hard. It's tough love sometimes. And first and foremost, lead it with love, not judgment. If you come at someone saying you're crazy for being with him, they're just gonna shut down pretty much, instead of saying things like, I'm here for you, or I'm worried about you. Let them know you're not alone, like in that, like in that video, like that, was it her brother or something was saying, let them know you love them. Sometimes when they hear that, that's a big encouragement, or encourage professional help sometimes, when addiction is involved, professional help is crucial. Encourage them to seek therapy or attend support groups like Al-Anon or Nar-Anon. For those that you don't know, I think I've explained that in some of my other episodes, but Al-Anon is for alcohol addiction, for groups that are, and then the Nar-Anon is for narcotics or, drugs pretty much. And these groups are specifically for people dealing with loved ones, who have substance abuse issues, and it's a game changer, for some people. Some people are, want to hear, excuse me, how they've dealt with it, what they've gone through, things that they've done to help or make situations better, or to help deal with them even, and like I said, you got to set boundaries too, as much as you want to help to have that, as much as you want to help, you have to protect your own mental health too, set clear boundaries about what you will and won't tolerate, for example, if the man's disrespecting you or your home, it's okay to say, I love you, but I can't be around this, boundaries are a form of love. They show that you care enough to want, better for them, just setting the boundaries, a lot of people don't need to deal with all that bull, and sometimes it's hard to be patient, but you got to be patient. Change doesn't happen overnight. It's frustrating, to watch someone you care about, stay in a bad situation. But patience is the key, keep reminding them of their worth, let them know they're worth something, offering support without pushing too hard. Sometimes the best thing you can do is just plant that seed, and this brings me back to back in the days when, when I used to go to church and people, some of the pastors and stuff like that were like, yeah, you got to plant that seed and let it grow, and the same situation here, you got to plant that seed and let them grow on their own in time, but then, what else can we do, break that cycle, it's crazy. It gets hectic and it's stuff like that, but yeah, so with that, let's close this out with some real talk about how to break this crazy ass cycle that we see on a daily basis, because it can be done. Women don't have to stay in the situation, and there are steps that they can take to create healthier, happier lives for themselves and for their kids, because it's crazy to just see women go through these situations on a daily, self-reflections and healings, just breaking that cycle. It starts with self-reflection, in addition, if addiction is a factor, getting sober is the first step. Once you have a clear mind, you can start, unpacking the emotional wounds, that they have, those emotional wounds that led you to choose toxic partners, in the first place. Therapy is a powerful tool for this. I know the hardest part of it is to actually get them to get therapy or get help, but building that support system, surround yourself with people who genuinely care about you and your kids, whether it's family, friends, or a support group. Like I said, having a community that makes it so much easier to leave, that toxic situation. Yeah, because I mean, like I said, all in all, it's about them kids. They gotta realize that they gotta be put them kids first. If nothing else motivates them, let it be their kids. For them kids, they deserve a stable, loving environment, and that can start with with them. Choosing better partners, breaking free from addiction isn't just about you. It's about giving them the life that they deserve. And it's hard. It's hard. I mean, I'll be the first one to say, I've seen growing up, back in the days, I've seen a lot of people going through addiction and stuff like that, and how it tears them down. It's crazy. It's a tough situation. Parents, if you're dealing with that with your kids, like you said, love them, help them, remind them that, you're there for them on a daily, just by saying, I love you, or, whatever the case may be, it can be the smallest thing that's going to go a mile. Last thing they may remember is like, hey, my mom told me, my dad told me, they love me and so forth, and that's going to go the extra mile, but yeah, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. This was a heavy one, but I hope it gave you some insight, whether you're in the situation or you're watching someone go, someone you love go through this situation. Remember, it's never too late to make a change, and if you or someone is struggling with addiction, there's help out there. You're not alone. I'm sure there's been a lot of people that have gone through the same situation, and as usual, guys, hit me up on social media to share your thoughts or stories. Until next time, guys, stay strong, stay sane. Remember, you deserve love, respect, and peace. And like I said, make sure you guys, like, share, hit that notification bell, guys. Make sure you guys share the podcast. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers, so I know 2025 is going to be a big year for us. I'm already excited. I'm going to be, like I said, for those that don't know, I'm going to be going to Orlando, Florida in January for what's called the Podfest 2025. I think for me, it's going to be a great experience because, I'm going to get to learn a lot more stuff as far as podcasting goes. Get new pointers, get new, it's going to be a great learning experience. It's like a 4 or 5 day conference in Orlando, Florida. Mike Manifestations podcast got selected to go to Florida. So, hey, we're going to make it. Got everything already booked up, ready to go. So I'm just waiting for the day. And hopefully once I get back, you guys will see a lot of juicy stuff in my new episodes and stuff coming in. But yeah, like I said, guys, those that haven't subscribed, make sure you guys follow all our social medias. We're on TikTok, we're on Instagram, our YouTube videos, Spotify, and pretty much all your audio podcast apps as well. But yeah, guys, like I said, make sure you guys leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think about the video, about the subject. And yeah, I'm gonna be probably looking into getting some guests on the podcast as well. So if you guys have a business or anything you guys want to promote, you guys want to come, you guys want to share, hit me up in the comments. I know you guys might be shy and stuff like that too, but hey, I'll be gentle on you. But yeah, guys, we'll get it together and help me help you, and we can help each other, make our businesses and our podcasts and everything grow. But yeah, like I said, if you guys are interested, hit me up in the comments, send me an email, MikeManifestations@gmail.com. And like I said, we're on all the social medias, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Created a new Facebook page as well. So Mike Manifestations Podcast Facebook page. I know I've sent out some invites to a lot of you guys too out there, so I appreciate you guys for following the page as well. So a lot of these episodes are going to go on that Facebook page as well too. So if you guys aren't following us on our YouTube or our Facebook, on TikTok or social medias, you can also hit us up on Facebook as well. But yeah, guys, other than that, I appreciate you guys. Hope you guys have a good one. See you guys in 2025. Yeah, other than that, guys, like I said, keep it real. Peace, love. Catch you guys on the next one. We out. Love you guys. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for liking the page. Thanks for subscribing. Those that you haven't subscribed, make sure you guys subscribe. All it takes is 1 or 2 seconds. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification too. And then on the bell notification, it has an option for all notifications. So that way you're notified every time every time we either go live or every time we release a new episode. Our episodes come out every Tuesday, 12 a.m. So bright and early. So there's no reason for you to catch that episode on your way to work or anything else like that too. But yeah, guys. So like I said, we'll catch you guys on the next one. We out. Peace. Yeah. Thanks, guys, for watching. Stay safe. 2025, ringing in the new year. Make sure you guys hit us up. Social medias, guys. Hit me up. Email me if you guys want to be a guest on the show. Promote your business. Yeah, Mike Manifestations Podcast, and we out, guys. Love you guys.